Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a Scent Safari episode. For those of you who don't know how Scent Safari works, it's where I sort of check out samples from a brand and sort of give you my first impressions on those samples. And this is another video that I'm actually doing for Inspired Atelier. They're also called Art of Living Earth, but I think now they're being referred to as Inspired Atelier just because it's a little bit easier. But what Inspired Atelier is it's a great website that I've talked about before. Of course, I'm going to link to it in my description. And it's my friend Mindy Yang's website. I go back with Mindy some time. She has an amazing nose and an amazing curator. You know, she really helped make Min New York what it is today, and she sort of branched off and did her own thing. And besides having an amazing selections of items, there's also on the website there's also an amazing selection of fragrances from smaller niche brands, including this brand, which I'd never heard of. It's a brand called Deco, and I'm going to be doing a couple more of these videos over the next couple of weeks for Inspired Atelier. Now, if you're interested in any of the samples we talk about here, you can grab these off the site for $5, or you can get 50 ml eau de parfum bottles for $180. So really moderate pricing for niche perfume. And before we talk about the 4 fragrances I was given, let's talk a little bit quickly about Deco. So evidently this is Singapore's first niche perfumery, and I love checking out fragrances from all over the world, and so you can imagine how excited I am to check out a brand from a country that I don't know anything about their perfume culture, but this brand was founded by a woman named I believe it's Gori Garodia, and she's also the perfumer. And she had been sort of an industry insider for quite some time and was making sense for personal use while doing global consultation for larger brands. In 2011, she decided to launch Deco. They had an official launch in 2013 with 3 different collections: a jazz collection, a feminine collection, and a detour collection. And as of today, they have about 15 fragrances, and the ones that we're going to talk about today are all available on Inspired Atelier, which of course is linked to in the description box. Now, the first two are going to be from the jazz collection, or actually the first 3 are going to be from the jazz collection. The last one is going to be from their series white series. So the first one we're going to talk about is called A Minor. It's this guy. This is described as an oriental scent with notes of pomelo, bergamot, plum, and dried plum at the top, clove, cinnamon, bay leaf, geranium in the middle, and Haitian vetiver, red sandalwood, amber, musk, dark woods, tobacco, leather, and patchouli in the base. This is to me, it started off pretty bitter on the skin. You get like this bitter bergamot and then a very nice dry plum note to start out with. If you're a cinnamon fan, this one will definitely be up your alley. I'd say it's a drier cinnamon. It's not a sweet like cinnamon donut note by any stretch of the imagination. This is a darker scent. It's really sort of about the dry down to me more than anything else. You get this tobacco, this leather, this patchouli, this bay leaf, this cinnamon. It's really well done. I don't know that it's something that blows my mind just because there are scents in the style that I like better. But if you sort of like darker scents and the notes sound appealing to you, this is definitely one to check out. As you'll see a theme through all these, they're really well blended and really good materials have been used to make these. It's very obvious. The next one I want to talk to you guys about is called B Minor, and the notes on B Minor are gin, bergamot, and grapefruit at the top, cinnamon, clove, white flowers in the middle, vetiver, amber, woods, musk, dark woods, tobacco, leather, and patchouli in the base. And this one really resonated with me. It's really nice. You get a really nice citrus hit in the opening, and then it has a little bit of that botanical gin vibe, sort of gin, gin spices or herbs. You get like some juniper. I feel like there's some coriander in there, perhaps angelica. It's very uplifting. Again, just blended immaculately. It's woody, it's aromatic. I'd say this is somewhere between a fresh fragrance and a woody aromatic fragrance. Really good performance on this one. To me, it pops more off the skin than A minor. A minor is darker. This is a little bit more friendly. I could see this being a great out of the shower white t-shirt and jeans fragrance. And again, a really good performer. Sort of a dry, citrusy, spicy fragrance with a dark dry down of woods and patchouli. The next one we're going to talk about is called Happy Blue. Blue is spelled B-L-U. And the notes on this one: citruses, lemon, apple, and peach at the top, white rose, jasmine, and woods in the middle, white musk, Haitian vetiver, leather, patchouli, tobacco, and dark woods in the base. This one is probably my favorite. I really, really like this one a lot. This has a lot of mass appeal to it. This smells like it's something that could have been made by a designer. I'm not trying to say that in an insulting way, but it really is like very friendly to the nose. It just smells like, almost something that Creed could put out. It's got really nice materials in this one. It smells super natural. I think it's a great fragrance for someone who might be dipping their toe into the niche perfume pool. Really nice mix of fruity notes at the top. Again, these notes pop off the skin. The peach pops, the apple pops. I've been messing around trying to make fragrances, and I cannot get peach to stand out at all. So really impressive the way the peach pops here. You've got some nice florals in the middle, and then a nice base of musk and woods. If you're super into niche fragrances, you might be better off looking at something like A minor. But if you like sort of lighter designer fragrances and want something with better quality than a typical designer perfume, then Happy Blue might be up your alley. And then the final one we're going to look at is called White Oud. And White Oud is from the Blanc collection. Of course, it seems like every perfume manufacturer has to have an oud fragrance in their collection. And the notes on this one are going to be mandarin orange, bergamot, sage, and myrtle at the top, red sandalwood, gaiac wood, saffron, and labdanum in the middle, oud, suede, patchouli, and ambergris in the base. And so I smelled this one and I'm like, I like this. But it definitely left me scratching my head a little bit. It smells really nice. And there's definitely, for me, a very prominent sandalwood note in this, but I don't get any oud. Now, there are many different varieties of oud out there. I have a few. I've been lucky to smell some different kinds. I certainly believe that there's oud in here. It's just not one that I can identify. With that said, this is a really nice sandalwood fragrance to me with some citrus and resins. It's a very different fragrance from Royal Oud by Creed, but it's in the same vein for me in that I don't look at it as primarily an oud fragrance. It's a very, very nice fragrance, but I wouldn't say, oh, this is an oud scent. And so if you're put off by what you've experienced as oud in the past, sort of dirty, skanky, barnyard, fecal, or even intense ouds, no, this is a super wearable, lighter oud where the woods are going to remind you more of cedar or sandalwood than any sort of oud that I've experienced in the past. It's way more a light woody scent with mandarin and just a mix of woods in the dry down. There's also definitely some saffron in this one. So well done. And so my takeaway on these are, really well blended, well made scents. It's a really great, I think if someone is into fragrances and they've played it sort of safe with designers and are looking to move into higher quality fragrances, but they're sort of scared off by the prices and some of the I guess different nature of fragrances by like Xerjoff and Amouage. This is definitely a good way to look. It's a great sort of introduction to more friendlier, high quality niche fragrances. They perform really well, and there's nothing that's going to turn you off, shocking or daring. They're all super wearable. So that's sort of my impression of Code Deco. Again, you guys can check these out on Mindy's website, which I'm going to link to in the description. We're going to look at another brand that I got some samples of next week. and then we're going to do a quick take on another fragrance that I got a sample of from Mindy. So hopefully you guys will enjoy these. Check out the website. There's not just fragrances there. There's clothing. There's like kitchen items. There's like accessories for the home. It's just super cool for men and women, totally unisex. It's just a beautifully curated site of all different sort of items and curiosities. It's super cool, and I wish there was more sites like it, to be honest with you guys. It's all fragrances and other cool things. So check it out. Thank you guys all so much for watching this video. I'll see you later this week with more videos, guys. Obviously, my name is Maximilian, and I must know. Peace.